Good morning. My name is Daphne Gray. Welcome to the Morning Sprint, our online newscast that happens every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. at WSLS.com. Here on the Morning Sprint, we talk about all the things that kind of keep people smiling, keep people in the know, especially whatever's happening here on a local level. Things that may scratch your head. You know, we're that talker kind of story and that show that'll kind of keep people engaged. Speaking of engagement, guys, there's a comment section that is active while this show is going on. So we want to hear from you guys. Whatever you want to say, however way you want to comment on something, let us know. Now, speaking of stories that will keep people smiling and talking and just genuinely feeling good about humanity and sometimes our animals. Check out this, man. I cannot wait to get to this later on in the show. You got a 2-year-old who disappears only to be found miles away from her home, protected by her family's pets. Yes, in fact, she was sleeping on one of the dogs like a pillow in the middle of the woods. So the crazy turn of events and how she was found without a scratch, we got that story coming up later in the sprint. You do not want to miss it because, again, there is a such thing as angels. I believe in angels, and sometimes they have 4 legs on them, and those are the men's best friend that we do not deserve. Okay, yeah, so that story is coming up later. Also, something that you guys have been talking about online. I know some of you are very annoyed already by the Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce thing that's happening right now. We got one more little update to give to you guys later on. But again, I'm telling you, hopefully this is the last story because I, quite frankly, am tired of hearing about it as well. Okay, so if you are waking up this morning and you're going to work, odds are you did not win the Powerball. Let me just show you guys this disappointment right here. Look at that. 3 tickets. Your girl, I always get 3. I say one for me, one for my mom, and one for my dad. And I'm never lucky. And if you guys are like me, we are both waking up not a lick more richer than what we were. Okay, so no one woke up winning the Mega Millions this morning. No tickets matched all 6 numbers for the Powerball jackpot in last night's drawing. Jackpot now climbs to $835 million. And of course, your next drawing will be tomorrow night at 11. So again, guys, if you do think that you want a smaller prize, here are the numbers. It's 10, 12, 22, 36, 50, with the Powerball being 4. Again, that is 10, 12, 22, 36, 50, with the Powerball being 4. And again, I didn't win nothing. So whatever, man. It's not meant to be. But hey, if God ever did say that, Jeff, one day we might give you something, then I'm like, I will be very thankful about that. Either way, look at your tickets. Good luck. I wish you guys the best. New this morning, we got to talk about, obviously, holiday travel is coming up, and we know how expensive those tickets can be, but we got the hookup for you guys as far as when to get a good deal on trying to travel for the holidays to see your family, okay? So right around the corner is the holidays, and you may already be talking about travel plans. Experts say the domestic flights usually cheapest 6 to 8 weeks before departure, so booking a flight right now for Thanksgiving will get you a really, really good deal. And say for Christmas flights, you want to buy tickets 8 to 11 weeks in advance, so book your flight around mid-October. Additionally, with the delays happening more and more at U.S. airports, experts say that there may be a way to get reimbursed when delays happen.
You know, the airlines legally are not obligated to give you compensation, but your credit cards will, and that's what most consumers don't realize. So if you're delayed for a long time, flight cancellations, always ask your credit card company to reimburse the hotel, the rental car, and all those extra fees.
They go on to say that you should pack extra toiletries, clothes, food, just in case you get stranded at the airport. Nobody knows or understands how much, like, that's just such a frustrating feeling, is to be stranded at the airport, especially if you're at an airport that is real small and don't really have many restaurants or different resources that'll keep you entertained. You know, at least during layovers, as long as you got like many different places to walk around and visit and stuff, that kind of makes the experience go a lot faster. But if you don't have any of that, it could be miserable. And the fact that they're looking at ways for us to be reimbursed after dealing with these particular delays and issues and inconveniences, that's a blessing, I think. So make sure you guys, if you are looking to get your, hold on, let me pause you for a second. If you are looking to get your travel plans going on, get your dates set up and all that good stuff, make sure you are planning ahead and planning the right way. Let's get to Blacksburg cancer. Okay, Blacksburg battles cancer. Okay, they're doing a really cool deal right here. Let me get this lined up. So held their 10th annual golf tournament at the Blacksburg Country Club. Their goal is to help raise money for the fight against cancer. Event organizer and chair of the organization, Sharon Thompson, has been running this event since 2013. She says that this year has been one of the biggest, with over 40 teams signed up and a helicopter ball drop raffle. Thompson says that the event has been special. Thompson says that this year's golf tournament, more than $300,000 will have been donated for cancer research since starting the tournament. That's always a cool deal right there, and it's always good to know that people are doing everything they can, even if it's like for different events. You think to yourself, these different events are super duper fun, but let's find a way to make these events contribute to the community. Always a blessing when it always turns out to be successful. And the fact that since this tournament has been going on, over $300,000, that is a lot of money going to cancer research. We've all had family members, friends, anybody, our life in general has been impacted by cancer. And it's so important that we got to figure out, get to the bottom of such a deadly disease. Moving on, man. With the temperatures dropping, we all know that a lot of people like to go deer hunting, and there was a very unfortunate accident that happened almost 29 years ago where people are still using this accident as a safety lesson, and the guy himself is the one who's doing it, okay? So his name is Barry Arrington. He fell from his tree stand after unattaching his safety belt, landed on his head after a 12-foot fall, paralyzing him from the chest down. Now, he's using his story to save others.
I want to scare people. I wanted to let them know that there is a danger out there. It's just waiting for you to make one little mistake, which I made.
So experts also say letting people know your location while hunting is critical. Arrington believes that he is alive today because he told his dad where he was. So yes, we do have a lot of people who are interested in hunting. And again, if you could turn something that was an awful situation into something good and to prevent something bad from happening again, that's the way to do it. And Arrington is doing just that. So shout out to him for making his story and telling his testimony to remind people of the importance of being careful and being careful not to make those small mistakes, because as he mentioned, it was a tiny mistake that has put him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. So again, his story is definitely one that I think will raise awareness about the severity of certain things that could happen, but it'll also keep people safer when they partake in something as hunting, getting in your deer stand, enjoying that time as well. It's officially, look, if I can speak English, it's officially fall season, guys. We got pumpkin patches all over the place. We got all type of cool different events, and this one in the Blue Ridge Mountain Maze in Nelson County now open, okay? So it has a new location at the Blue Toad Hard Cider, which is at the base of the Wintergreen Resort. The event offers 5 acres of corn-concealed pathways, lots of pumpkins, apple cider, donuts, mountain slides, corn cannons, and get this, much more, y'all. There's also a night version of the maze starting October 7th, while select weekends will include pony rides, live music, and movie screenings. So this year, the maze also features a bear design, which is pretty cool. It takes participants about 45 minutes to an hour to complete. Yeah, guys, if you guys need something to do, man, I'm telling you, this area comes in clutch when it comes down to finding ways to enjoy the fall, enjoy pumpkin patches, enjoy mazes. Like, it's just always a good time, especially if you can do something with your family. Get out and make it happen. So if you woke up today and you went out driving, odds are you had to turn the windshield wipers on because it was a little yucky and drizzly outside with the mist. So we got meteorologist Chris Michaels to join us here right now to tell us how long this is going to stick around.
Happy Tuesday, guys. Today and tomorrow feeling more like late October as we're under the wedge again. What that means is the northeast wind literally wedges itself up against a mountain. So kind of creates this veil or this dome of cloud cover. Occasionally some mist, some drizzle, some fog, just some yucky days here through midweek. But looks like the weather improves by the weekend. I'll be with you guys every step of the way this week, each morning on The Sprint.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Make sure you guys keep that in mind if you're planning some outside events. We've got a really cute story for you guys right here. If you like you some Paw Patrol and your doggies like some Paw Patrol, we got a record-setting situation that happened, okay? So talk about a doggone good time, man. Historic one to boot. This past weekend, 219 dogs and their owners came to see Chase, Rocky, Sky, and the rest of the animated canines in a special showing of Paw Patrol, the mighty movie in Los Angeles. So that was enough to set a Guinness World Record for the most dogs attending a film screening, which I think is super funny because I'm pretty sure that was the loudest area ever. 219 dogs. I'm pretty sure them jokers were barking the whole time. But while you might not be able to bring your pup to the movies, you can see the film starting on Friday in theaters. So yes, a cool story right there. Like I always say, anytime I leave to go home, I always leave my door, I leave my door locked, obviously, but I leave the TV on for Bo because Bo, he likes noise and stuff like that. And when I get home afterward, Paw Patrol is on, and he's just like all about it. So yeah, Paw Patrol is a very, I think, therapeutic thing to see. Is one of the cartoons that you probably don't have to worry about when you sit your kids in front of the TV to watch it. So it's always a good time to see that. Okay, so guys, we got to get into this, okay? This has been a big, huge, crazy deal online. People just blew up about it, whether you were for it, whether you were against it, and whether you were very much so against it to the point where, we had so many people, you saw it in my post that I put out there yesterday, so many people were just like, who cares? Why is this news? You guys ain't got nothing better to talk about. Well, unfortunately, we got to talk about it, and we got to talk about it a little bit more. So let's get into Taylor Swift, okay? Update with her. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce dating rumors have taken off also, obviously. And so far, it's paying off. This is what I predicted. This is what I was talking to Jazz about yesterday, okay? So sales for Kelce's jersey spiked since Sunday when Swift was seen at the game sitting with Kelce's mom in the family box. Across the Fanatics websites, Kelce was one of the top 5 selling NFL players after a nearly 400% spike in sales. The whole saga started earlier this summer when Kelce says that he tried to slip his phone number to Swift via a friendship bracelet during one of the Eras Tour concert. Now, granted, again, cute story. I'm not taking that from them whatsoever. And hey, if this ends up being a real deal, cute story. I think it'll be a very cute couple. I think it could have the potential to make some really, really adorable little kiddos. But my thing is, and I said this, anytime I see a celebrity, look out for another celebrity, and then boom, let's make it happen. Let's become a relationship. I think it's a business deal. I don't see anything like I said, there are some of those cases where, okay, yeah, this was a legit relationship, and I'm pushing for him. I think it's a cute situation, but Taylor Swift is one of those people who is a businesswoman at the end of the day. And I think I saw a super that was going around on the news today saying that T Swift takes over the NFL. I think that's exactly what's happening. Taylor Swift literally has the music industry on lock. Everybody and their mama love T Swift. And the only thing that she probably doesn't have that big of a grasp on is the NFL community. And now we're easing into that community. Again, this is just me speaking. So people out there, if you love you some Taylor Swift and you're trying, if I'm making you mad, I'm sorry. It's not anything personal, but I just genuinely think this is a business deal. I think that this T Swift and Travis, they like, hey, you're a big personality. I'm a big personality. You're popular. I'm popular. Let's see how much bigger we can get. I don't know. That's just me. But again, if it ends up being a successful relationship, if it ends up being something real deal and cute, and they end up getting married and having kids, I think they really would have a really cute story to tell, especially seeing as though it all started from a friendship bracelet. So, part of me is wishing them the best, but I'm wishing them the best from the standpoint of I pray that this is a legit thing and it's not just one just to get more fans to jump on board. Okay, guys, let's get into this story. This is the story I was telling you guys about the four-legged angels, okay? It's kind of a bizarre story because anytime you think about a situation where your toddler wanders off and you can't find them, I can only imagine the amount of fear that comes over a parent, okay? So this is what happened, okay? The saying goes that a dog is man's best friend, and in this case, that is also true for a little girl in Michigan. 2-year-old wandered away from her home last week, forcing a huge search party for her whereabouts, and after nearly 5 hours, she was found around midnight by an ATV rider more than 3 miles away. But get this, she was sleeping soundly in the woods using one family pup as a pillow while the other kept watch nearby.
I'm thankful for the dogs being with her because I guess when she was found, the only reason she was found was because the dog was Buddy, our bigger Rottweiler, was standing there. And he said he went to touch her to wake her up because she was still sleeping when he pulled up. And I guess Hartley kind of was growling at him, don't touch my kid.
How sweet is that? So, despite walking several miles barefoot, she returned without even a scratch on her body. Again, four-legged angels right there, man. It reminds me of Daniel in the lion's den. When literally so many things could have went wrong. She could have seriously injured herself. But the fact that she had her pup, the family's dogs, stepping in to literally protect her and keep watch and make her feel comfortable. That is just something that I think was just nothing but God right there. Like I genuinely, you guys know me, I'm a believer, and I genuinely think that God was looking out. He blessed those dogs to step in and act as some type of, protector, and again, an angelic force over her to make sure nothing bad happened. Kareem actually came in on live while we were doing this. He says that, Powerball may be at $800 million, but this family has already hit the jackpot. Don't forget, there's a rescue animal waiting to be your friend today. So again, he's making a clear point that our dogs are definitely our best friends. They can help out whenever they can, come in handy. Always, it's just, I love stories like this. So let's bring in Jazzy Jazz real quick. Jazz, are you with me?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, girl. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I am good. Okay, so tell me, is this not, like I said, I just think this is a God thing with this baby and these babies.
Yeah, I agree. Because honestly, I'm a believer as well. And like you said, that could have went extremely wrong. So it's so many things that could have happened to her. It could have went left very fast, and she could have gotten really hurt. So I'm glad that her little four-legged buddies were there for her to protect her. Dogs are just literally amazing. They have such big hearts. They're protectors. So this story is just the epitome of that. And that dog really just personifies everything that a good pet should. And like I have a little dog too. So like I'm a dog mom, and I love my little dog. So like it's just really cute to see another dog really stepping in to protect his baby essentially.
Definitely. Okay, Jazz, we got to talk about it. This whole Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, I told you. You remember I told you yesterday? Could be a business deal. What do you think?
They're slick with it. I definitely see where you're coming from, but like I'm a hopeless romantic, so like I'm trying to hold on to like the idea that it's actually real. Like it is very realistic and likely that it was a business deal because I mean, look how much attention they both have gotten, how much fame they've gotten, and they've really been like the center of the conversation for the last few days. So, I mean, they think very smart, celebrities do, and like you said, she is a businesswoman at the end of the day. So
yes, and I think he has to know that. But like you said, I pray. Best case scenario, I just pray that I'm being paranoid right now.
yeah, no, I understand that.
So tell me, do we have any comments today?
So Kareem M, he said, hard cider and a corn maze at night. Throwing a masked man with a chainsaw, and that's date night.
Yes, that's what I said. It's like I probably wouldn't be in a corn maze because I've seen a lot of scary movies, but I can see how this could be a really cute thing.
But yeah, that's the only comment we have for today. But this is an awesome, adorable story. I can't remember exactly here. But yeah, this is an awesome, adorable story. So we would just love to hear from you guys and what you think about it, or what were your thoughts when you first heard it, and just like if you shared the similar reaction that we did. Because did it warm your heart? Did it make you smile? We would love to know. So just drop a comment and we'll read them tomorrow. So,
definitely. And Jazz, we won't annoy them anymore like how they were annoyed by the whole Taylor Swift. They were fired up online.
Extremely annoyed. We got maybe 44 comments yesterday. Last time I checked, for people mostly just saying, "Why is this? Why are you guys reporting on this? It must be a slow news day." All sorts of comments. But regardless, we appreciate you all's feedback. We understand that it's not your typical hard news that you see on a day-to-day basis, but it is trending. So we do want to report on it and talk about it.
Definitely. All right, Jazz. God bless you, girlie.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye. Yeah, she has a point because, again, what's news to some people may not be news to other people. And again, what we do here is we do find those trendy topics, those topics that'll keep people talking, those topics that are entertaining to some people, and I know some people get very annoyed because they're expecting blood and guts all the time. That's not what this show is about. And I apologize in advance. We kind of put that out there when we first was promoting the sprint. But yeah, we're all about smiles, staying positive, and in a world that is the way it is today, we need a lot more positivity, okay? Moving on, let's get into these headlines. The headlines going into our actual newscast that do cover the hard and gloomy, unfortunate stories that we do have to cover in our later newscast. This is coming up later on today, including 10 News at noon. We got an update this morning on a story that we told you about last week after parents say they found sexually explicit books in Lexington Middle School. According to a former delegate, Tim Anderson, this is about more than books. It's about giving parents control. A very disturbing situation there. And also something else disturbing that's coming out, dealing with this Lynchburg gynecologist, but this person is speaking out for the first time since allegations of sexual misconduct started circulating on social media. 10 News anchor Alyssa Ray, she's been following the story and has that doctor's response that's coming up. And then lawmakers have until Saturday night to pass a spending deal, but right now it doesn't look like they can make it happen on time. We got how many are bracing for a possible government shutdown. That's coming up later on in our later newscast. And of course, you can see these full stories on our website at WSLS.com. Okay, and before we do leave, we got something else to tell you about happening today. They got the Power of Pink luncheon. Hundreds of people were having lunch at Hotel Roanoke, raising money for Virginia Breast Cancer Foundation. 1 in 8 women will get breast cancer. That's a sad statistic right there. But the nonprofit invested $190,000 last year into a screening and diagnostic fund to help uninsured and underinsured people in our region get access to early detection of breast cancer. So the keynote speaker is going to be Elizabeth Heiskell, a Today Show food contributor. And get this, our very own 10 News, Jenna Zipton, will be the MC again this year. Another good deal going on where we're trying to, everybody's working together for the same cause, and that is to fight cancer. So yeah, something else to get your mind in the know about. More details about that event on our website at WSLS.com. Well, guys, that wraps it up for us today. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday. Hope we didn't annoy you too much. We're going to be back here again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., WSLS.com for the Morning Sprint.